All right, in this video, we are going to demonstrate how to fill out a transfer waiver. So the old days was basically paper pencil. You would fill out the form as on one part for the parent, the sending school would fill out a section, and the receiving school would also fill out a section. And you'd have to basically get that all together and send it off to ASA to review and then get back to you on. Now with BigTeams is that the waiver forms are all digitized now. So it does not get initiated from the school side. This needs to start from the parental side. So administrators, guess what? It's no longer on you to do all this tracking down and filling in and so forth. It's the parent's job to get this thing in motion. So we're going to need to log into our parental account. All right, so we open up our parental account. We're here looking at, hey, it still wants me to do some information, but I'm going to get past that. Forms, activity forms, athletic forms, waiver forms. So waiver is a form, so go to forms and pull up the waivers that you're looking for. So we have Zane and Jasmine that are still linked to each other, and you come down a little bit and you can see that transfer form options. So you might be already thinking, well, this might be a boarding school one. It might be a bona fide change of residency, or you're looking for hardship for a certain case. So the beginning thing is just click on transfer waiver, because it's going to help lead you through to what type of waiver that you are looking for. So name a school transferring from. Now, my kid is already in the Shungagh school. So let's just, for example case, I'm just going to type in Kotzebue. Now, the next question below that is this a bona fide move with parents? And this is going to launch you in two different directions depending on your answer. So if the first one is yes, that the whole family packed up the U-Haul, and if the bush, you packed up the charter plane, is that you're going to click yes. Now you're going to fill in what was your previous home address, 123 First Avenue, what's your, and hey, it's Kotzebue, Alaska, 99752. What's your new address? We're out in the village. We don't have a street address yet, so we're just going to say box 1 and Shungagh, and you get the whole gist there. List all the activities the kid wants to be in. List all the activities that the student already participated in this school year. So it depends on when you moved. So if it was during the summer, not a big deal. You would say none. Now, if it was, say it was in November and your kid had already went out for cross country, and maybe they were already in wrestling, but now you're moving to a new school and you want them to be able to do wrestling again, now that gets in the whole situation of being on two different sport teams in the same given year. That's where, some of the nuance of these situations come into play. And then, you got to prove that you actually did move. I give you the driver's license, give your initials, and then your supporting documents would be, hey, like you said, that you'll give them the driver's license that showed that, yeah, you have made this shift. Here's your new address. It's proven that way. You can do it that. You can do a permanent fund application, and all these things are popping up. Or maybe you have a new bill, and you can prove it that way. So you got a lot of ways that you can prove that you've done a bona fide change of residency. Now let's come back up to the top, and this time let's click no, because we're going to basically say no, we're staying put, but maybe our kid is going to go live with a family relative, and what are the circumstances of that, and that we'll get into that in a second here. So let's click no, and you can see it comes up with a new prompt message here. If you meet all other eligibility rules, like academic and other things, you will be immediately eligible for sub-varsity. Now, most places in the state, you go to, they're probably going to have a JV team, a C team, and so forth. You can play those right away, but if you're like, hey, I'm sending my kid there to go play at West Varsity basketball team, you're not going to be able to do that without seeking that waiver transfer application, like what we're doing here right here. Are you seeking full eligibility? Are you looking to get that varsity capability? Yes. Now prompts us the next one. Is the school you are transferring to / from a boarding school? So if that was during the summer, you would have a free pass. If it's during the school year, we got a different thing to answer there. Let's just say it's yes. We get the application, or the Article 12 transfer rule gets spelled out here about boarding school transfers. During the summer, it's a free pass. During the school year, it is not. So did the transfer to from the boarding school occur within the first 15 school days of the current school year? No. So let's just go with that one, because it's easy to know, like, hey, if it happened this summer, boom, it's going to be rubber stamp. If it's no, then we got more hoops to kind of go through. List all the activities the student wants to participate in. B-ball only. What has the kid done so far this year? Let's just say cross country and wrestling. All right, state the reasons for the transfers, any conditions, because this is where you're basically this is where you're claiming the hardship, as you can see here, hardship and other considerations. This is about external factors of why does your kid have to go to another school without you, that's not a boarding school, and they are seeking full eligibility. Why do they need to go to school there instead of living back with you? State the reasons. You're just going to want to be blunt with it. That's going to just be help your cause as much as possible. List the written documentation that supports this. Letter statement, court orders, things like that happen. We all know that. Confidentiality requested. If you don't want it to get public, or you don't want to get it, you want to kind of hide some information, that's up to you. Let's just go with no. And yep, Brett Slawdog, Zane, and then you add your written letters or your other notes. Maybe there's like just a high degree of bullying going on for your kid at that school, and and just like, we got to get him off to another place, but you can't go there because you got a job, whatever it may be. Everything is case by case basis. Fill it in, boom, sign and submit form, and you have done your part as a parent. And then it's going to generate and notify the school that this is in place. The principal is probably going to add their section to it, and then it's going to get sent off to ASA for review. So the nice thing, if you're an admin, is that the parents have to start this whole process, and also that you can be a little more, discreet about what is your opinion on the matter as well. And so let's just come back up here. We hit no on bona fide. Just kind of play through here. Is this a school you are transferring to / from a boarding school? This time we'll click no. And you can see the new transfer rule where it's dealing with, public to public. It could be private to private, private to public. It doesn't make a difference. It's non-boarding school related, and it spells out that, again, you're looking for hardship of why your kid is there and not living with you back in your permanent residency. Same thing, fill in the slots, confidentiality requested. Let's just click yes. You see that it's not prompting any new window or anything like that. And then fill in or attach your documents, add any other more notes, sign and submit, boom, gets sent off to the principal, and then it gets reviewed. They fill in their section and it goes off to ASA. So pretty straightforward. Just have to take your time, make sure that you understand that there's a difference between, hey, is this a bona fide change with the parents or is it not? And then you just you start filling in what you are seeking for.